The satirical content contained in this video is for entertainment purposes only. The particular story is told by the author, Brian Matthews, and while we endeavor to keep all stories above board, due to the nature of this story, all names have been changed to protect all characters who may or may not remember these occurrences. T2X does not discriminate, and all will be clowned equally. In saying so, continued viewing of this video is strictly at your own risk. Hey, what's going on, people? This is your man, CDV, Crazy Dead Vet, aka B-Mac, and a bunch of other things, aliases and whatnot. So, today, what are we going to do today? Well, going to be a little bit of story time / me cooking a little meal here. Now, hopefully this, everything's going crazy right now with my GoPro and just a little craziness. So, not jump to the story in a second. So, basically, you know, I'm a personal trainer, or I don't like to say I'm a personal trainer. I'm like to say I'm a fitness trainer or a trainer in which I do training, whether it be one-on-one, one-to-many. The reason why I say one-to-many because it could be 2 or 3. So, and we're not going to go ahead and just like tit for tat it, but that's what we do. But anyway, if you ever gone to my Facebook, if you've ever been accepted as a friend on my Facebook, that important? Not really. But if you ever go to my Facebook, you'll see that my Facebook has like jiu-jitsu videos, this, that, and the other, little smart army or military, pro-military comments, stuff like that. And then you'll see a bunch of recipes, because my Facebook is nothing more than an automated cookbook. Easy access. I'll be up in HEB, boom. Oh, that looks like a good idea. Let me make that. Now with these newfangled phones and whatnot, hearing that all the time. Ain't got to worry about no minutes and all that good stuff. So, shoot ya. So anyway, I think it was maybe Monday, because today's Wednesday. So I think it was about maybe Monday. And one of the guys I trained with, his name is Robert. He said, Brian, do you really cook all those recipes that you save on Facebook? I said, no. About 40%. And then there's always the attempt with the epic fail. Always the epic fail. So, how you look at it. I've had many epic fails. They don't show you everything, and they gotta leave it to your imagination. And I guess my imagination not that broad. But anyway, so today, after I did one of my hard trainings, if you have not seen the cool video that was made by David Hartman from Pinnacle Martial Arts, you should go to the Pinnacle Martial Arts, or I think it's PMA, one or two fitness, MMA fitness page. He did a real cool video. For those who know, I am like the mad scientist of workouts, and I try to be as close to scientific as possible when I do my workouts. And I want to make sure that, almost lost a finger. I want to make sure that it's close to achieving the objective, which is to build up that cardio and that conditioning. For MMA, you have to have a certain kind of conditioning. Just bottom line, it's not boxing, because boxing is just straight punches, but MMA is kicks and elbows, and I'm smart that myself. But jiu-jitsu is a different animal, because it is a form of grappling, like wrestling. You got to have a lot of durability on the ground. You have to have, and then holding on to certain things, like things of that nature. But anyway, so I tried to make sure that the workouts made sense. So me and Alejandro, aka Alex, we did the DEFCON 5 workout. It was not a lot. It was brutal. And I'm gonna post that workout as well, because it is so long. I can't put it on my Instagram, but I will probably put it on my YouTube and then copy it to 1 or 2 channels. But bits and pieces of it are on that little blurb or commercial. Yeah, commercial. But anyway, to make a long story short, yes, I cook some of the recipes that I see on Facebook, because they're pretty cool. Now, the recipe I'm cooking today is because I can't say I'm being lazy, because I actually got to prepare everything, but I'm trying to do it in a way that it makes sense. And because of intermittent fast, for those who don't know what intermittent fasting is, look it up. I'm not going to tell you. Intermittent fasting is simple that, I have a small window, or an 8-hour window for some, to eat. within. Sometimes my window is about 4 hours. It depends on when I eat, if it's a weekend or not. And I'm pretty much out my window. And I've been seeing this thing how people talking about they only eat once a day, and I kind of feel it because I've only eaten once today, and I'm full still. Got my awesome beverage here. Wait. Tea, 0 calories. Try to stay away from sodas, but I'm not gonna lie, I do have a fondness for cherry Coke. 0. I do have fondness for it. It's pretty good. But anyway, this is story time. So I'm going to tell a story while I'm cooking or preparing to cook. Should be easy. I have a client tonight at 7 o'clock. I have training at 6, and it is almost 4. So I better talk and cut and all that good stuff. It's not really going to take long. Just the preparation. I've already prepared. Get it? Prepared. Anyway, I already prepared a lot of the ingredients already, so all I gotta do is just do a few things. And because I want y'all to see that I am very versed in the kitchen, you'll hear me making certain sounds of cutting and whipping things into shape. So now the recipe does call for a whole bunch of butter. I'm not doing the butter thing. Sorry, I can't do that. I'm not a keto guy. But I am gonna go ahead and substitute it with 2 eggs. Normally I'd probably just use the white, but I've never done a base like that for my my wets when I mix my wet and dry ingredients, because I will be doing a bake, a shake and bake type situation, and so I'm gonna use 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bake like a non-fry but baked chicken nuggets. Now the recipe actually called for you put Italian seasoning. Why? You know what? Look at that. Look at that. It says Italian. Oh, skip the step. Cheat sheet, baby. But anyway, now I said this was story time because it is story time. It is story time. So, what has 24 years in the Army done for me besides make me into an outstanding killing machine on the Xbox One? Yeah, I do it right. Well, it's brought me out of my shell. I used to be an introvert, believe it or not. And it's given me a whole lot of stories. Some to which I still cannot tell because people are still alive. And I don't want them hunting me down. But this particular story, I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. It's pretty funny. At least I think it's pretty funny. The guy that I'm referencing in this, and I'll be honest with you, it's been so long, I don't even know the guy's name. So we'll call him John. So I don't even know his name. So like I said, we'll call him John. Now, basically, I guess he said I was about 21, maybe. So you know, I was like a long time ago. I was about 21 or so. And had just moved to Germany, you know, or well, civilians say move, military people say PCS, you know, permanent change of station. Get y'all acronymed up. So anyway, oh, by the way, this is the 2 eggs I'm whipping into, and by all no means you can use this, but this is one I saw. Can you see it? Yeah, it's Baby Ray's. Baby Ray's. I thought you just did buffalo or just did barbecue sauce. Guess not. Baby Ray's all over the place. But anyway, so I'm about 21 or so, and it's 1990. Go figure. And the reason why I tell you 1990 because there is a point in the story that I'm going to make an emphasis about, and you'll understand. So I say 1990. So yes, if you can do your math. I was 21 or so in 1990, and this is 2018. I'll do it for you. I'm going to be 49 this year, this month. But anyway, so, and it seemed like in the beginning of my, no, this thing did not just drop on me. I don't know if this thing is recording or not. Looks like it's still recording. But it seemed like early in my career, the only thing that I did the most was set up units. You know, we would be the first to set everything up, which was not bad per se, not really bad, but it's a lot of work. So we go to Germany and we're setting up a missile unit. So basically, I was what you call multiple launch rocket systems, you know, MLRS. That was like the latest and greatest thing back then. It was just an overgrown grenade launcher, but deadly, very deadly grenade launcher at that. Let me get you, don't give me the lion. So anyway, so what we have to do is we have to set up all of our equipment. First, we got to get it. You have to get the equipment first. Okay, so we get the equipment, and we go to a location that's called Grafenwehr, Germany. And in Graf, that's what they call it, Graf. It's kind of like away from a lot of things. You know, a lot of people, they got you out these little camps and whatnot. And back then, you know, not saying that drinking wasn't acceptable, an acceptable practice, but it was, yeah. I was 21, I could drink, so it didn't matter. But we were going to be out there for like 2 months, 60 days. That's a long freaking time, let me tell you. So we're out there, and then they asked before we went if anybody wanted to go on a tour. And at the time, I was like broke, had no money. And so I was like, I had to decline it. But then, you know, they're like, they made it cheaper. They made the tour cheaper. I'm like, what? Word? They're like, yeah, man, it's cheaper. You can go now. You got this much money. I was like, which I don't know how much it was at the time. I think it was more than probably like $30. That's tell you how broke I was. So about $30 or so. We'll just say for argument's sake, it was about $30. Anyway, so you know, my friends, you know, Dre and Melly Mel, and the reason I'm calling them Dre and Melly Mel because that's their aliases. Although it's very close to their names, and if they watch this video, they know I'm talking about them because we're still cool to this day. But anyway, so the one thing I kind of left out, but I'll get back into it. MRS was, you know, there's a lot of white guys. It's the truth. Not too many black guys. You know, the black guys, they went to the MOS, you know, the military occupational specialty of 13 Bravo. Shot the cannons. Boom! Launch. And that's where they were. And to be honest with you, we used to joke about it and say, well, we're the smart artillery. Now think about it, we're dumb artillery. Because those jokers were making E7 to E8 and Master Sergeant, and while we were sitting there getting stuck, like me, I got stuck at E7, although I did hold a position briefly in the first sergeant position in combat. I did hold that position for a little bit successfully, but didn't get promoted. But I thought, well, maybe it was just me. No, it was just me. It was a lot, because I know a lot of people who didn't make it. Now, I see one guy who actually made it all the way to sergeant major. Had my, wouldn't get into that. But anyway, we used to say we were the smart guys, but obviously I don't think so. The better choice would probably be a 13 Bravo because they felt that they were better leaders because they had more opportunities and more soldiers. Boom. But anyway, when you're private, you don't think about stuff like that. So, nonetheless, we're in Grafenwehr, Germany. We're out there, like I said, not too many blacks out there. Just about, I mean, there's enough of us, like I said, more than a handful, but at the same time, we had to look at it in perspective. You know, comparatively, yeah, we were the minority, legitimately minority. So anyway, we go out and we're gone for like 30 days, and we're getting our stuff and getting ready to you know, really do some training. And they're like, well, before we get into it good, so those who signed up for the trip, we go ahead and go to the trip. Okay, so now the trip was it was a pretty cool location. We actually got to go to a ski resort. Yeah, ski resort. I bet you if I would have thought the story out first and remember the name of the town, it would probably make the story a lot better. But I don't remember. Old age setting in. What was the name of that town? It'll come to me later. But anyway, we go out, like I said, it's a ski resort, but it's, you know, it's like fall or something like that, so there's no really no snow on the ground, nobody skiing or whatever. So we're going out, and then like, so the first place that we go to is we go to this concentration camp. In all seriousness, I swear, in all seriousness, I have never felt more gloom and dread in one location in my life. It's like you walked in and you could feel the hurt of thousands and thousands of souls. I mean, and I do mean that in all seriousness. I mean, to say that concentration camps, we make fun of it, you know, in Hogan's Heroes, but to be in there and actually see the atrocities at 21, it gave me some realistic, like, yo. Anyway, but anyway, so we walked around and we was at the concentration camp, and which was cool. Let me get me wrong, it was cool. It was real cool. No joke. So we get done with the concentration camp, and we're heading back to this to the hotel. Right, nice hotel and everything. You know, like I said, for $25, you know, I'm using the $25 thing as a reference, and my phone is going off, messing up my stuff, and I don't know who it is, so I'm not answering it anyway. So those who call me, that you don't answer, and your phone is blocked, or it comes up to somebody I don't know, not answering. Not that I owe any bills. I just don't like talking to people. So anyway, so we get to the hotel, we get moved in, you know, and it's about dusk, sun's coming down. And so we're like, what do we do next? Now, mind you, I'm still broke. So I'm kind of relying on my friends. And they're like, man, don't worry about it. Yeah, we got you. So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, yo, hey, what's the spot, you know? They say, oh, Club Surprise. I'm like, cool. So how you get there? He said, well, you got to take the cab, blah, blah, blah. Then I go, how far is it? Not that far. So we decided to walk. You know, we're saving money. As we're walking, we see a whole bus full of like kids, and they just stop. And they're like this. I was like, yeah, black people are real. We're real. Here we are. And that's why I say, I use the timestamp of 1990 to simply say that even then in 1990, you know, people have never seen a black person, which was crazy. Now, if you know anything about Germany, and I don't mean to be stereotypical, and I'm sorry if anyone gets offended. If you do get offended, go get some cookies. But German women love some black dudes. I'm sorry. Black dudes love some German women, so I don't know. Hey, we won't touch on that too much, but it's just a fact. But anyway, maybe because of novelty, I don't freaking know. I mean, military is full of interracial, and that's a good thing for everybody. But anyway, so yeah, everybody laughed. Haha, that's pretty funny. I said, no, because I'm a comedian. Haha. So anyway, we get to the club, the sun's going down, and we're like, yeah, music's going. So you got the techno going on, techno music, right? Everybody's bouncing around, like lights are flashing every place, you know. And I'm like, okay, I can feel this. This is nice. This is great. Yeah, I'm jamming or whatever. So we're getting lit up, and then we actually run into some other guys from our unit, you know, and oh, they're already lit. But me, I'm like this. Because it's just like eye candy everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna holla. Yes, I'm going to shoot it, which is my what? My game. Yeah, I was gonna shoot my game. So anyway, I go up, start talking to this girl, like, what's up? You know, hey, can I get your digits? Blah, blah, blah. You get smacking. Anyway, I don't know what I said at the time, but get your digits probably sound like something I would say something retarded to that point because I had no game. Thought I had game, no game. But anyway, she's like, no. even in German, I was getting shot down. That sucks being me. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, right? I'm kind of like crushed, but then again, I'm not. Because, like, I know they had no game. It was a long shot anyway. She could have been married, you know. I don't know. It could have been anything. But, nonetheless. So, but she was a cool person. So, I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Kind of mad, but not really. So, you know, me and my friends were like jamming, boom, 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 yeah, boom. The thing about it is, and it's easy to notice, that we're kind of like the only Americans in there. And being since we're the only Americans in there, we're easy to spot out. So, the same girl I shot game to, she comes back up to me. And she says, hey, is that your friend over there? And I'm like, yeah, that's him. And I'm like, because he has got it going on. He got him a little Fraulein or Frau, however you want to call it. And he's all over the place. And then she goes, oh, interesting. You know he's kissing a man. What? I mean, dressed like a woman. Now, granted, we have to think back in time. 1990, to be a man dressed up like a woman wasn't an everyday thing, at least not for us. Maybe in Europe at the time, but not in the United States. No, no. I'm like, no, that's a woman. She's like, no, that's a man. So, I'm 21, not fully mature. Not fully mature at all. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so I'm talking to Dre and Mel. I'm like, should we tell him? And I'm like, no, let's not tell him, and we'll save it for later. We'll tell him after the fact. And then like somebody was being a voice of reason. It was probably Dre. Dre was probably being a voice of reason. I'm not sure. He might have been. I mean, everybody has their place, and I wasn't the voice of reason at the time. And that dude, he really never did anything to me, so I was like, he might kiss him, find out it's a him, and lose his mind, and he be in trouble. Then, you know, they'll say, did you do anything about it, Brian? I'm like, well, at the time, Matthew, you do anything about this there, Private Matthew? I'm like, yeah. And you didn't do anything about it? No, you're just as culpable as he is. So I go up to him and I say, hey, John, let me holler at you real quick. He's like, yo, man, stop. And he's doing here. All right, man, come here. I need to talk to you. He ain't looking at me like I'm player hating on him. Like, you know, I got this right here. I'm about to get some. I'm like, yeah, not what you thinking. So anyway, he finally comes up. He gets like, what? He gets a little attitude, right? So he's like a kind of heavy-set white guy, blonde hair. You know, I mean, that's probably one reason why, you know, because he kind of fit in, you know. He had German features. I said, hey, you're talking to a man. And he was already a white guy. But when I told him that, it's like whatever blood was in his head recessed down to his heart. Because it's like, blah, he was zombie white. And I was like, for real. He's like, no. I'm like, did you kiss him? No, I didn't. I said, hey, did you kiss him? No. Did you kiss him? Yes. Oh my God. And it's like, he started tearing up like he wanted to cry. I was like, it's pretty awkward. So I'm like, I'm gonna back up. So he walks back over real casual, right? But kind of like, look, and you can see that he don't know how to approach the situation. So he's like, and so I'm like, let me go over there just in case he, you know, he gets a little psycho with it. And I hear him say, what's your name? And for, once again, I can say, Gretchen. He said, no. What is your name? I'm Gretchen. He snatched this dude up. What is your name? My name is Paul. I'm Paul. Now, I am not making fun of transsexuals, and I'm not making fun of transgender people. Please don't look at as if I am. If you are offended, it seems that I might be poking fun at that. Go eat a cookie. But as of right now, it was funny. I mean, we were not as progressive then as we are now. Okay? So it was pretty hilarious. I mean, I'll just say it was funny to me. It could have got worse. It could have been bad because people get upset like that. And yeah, he probably stuck his tongue in his mouth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened. Although I didn't poke it too much, but on the way back to Graph, oh, that was a good one. Hey, how was Paul? He's like, shut up, Matt, shut up. So he was pretty upset. But bottom line is, the club was called Surprise, and he had a surprise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's I think of the name of that daggone ski resort? Pretty popular. I wonder if Club Surprise is still there. I know it was in Bavaria somewhere, but nonetheless, that's a pretty funny story. At least I think it's funny. And if you like the story, go ahead and, or at least like the story and you think it was funny, go ahead and definitely share. We need to get some more followers. I got hundreds and hundreds of stories. Some of them are not for people younger than 18, but those are usually the best ones. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good one. So, depending on how this is received, next story time is gonna be how I started a riot in Germany and escaped with 2 skinheads. Yeah, I know, right? Cliffhanger. But I want to thank y'all for listening to story time. And yes, we're still getting out the content for fitness, and I'm still doing everything else. I'm just doing a little twist into it. And I'll put it this way: I'm a pretty entertaining guy, and I've seen some things on YouTube that make me say, "How come this guy's not doing what they're doing?" So we're expanding. Then you get to know me. But nonetheless, this little chest burp. I got to get my stuff ready because I got to get out here, go train, cook, and everything. But I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. And like I said, if you like the story, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and definitely share. But until then, hasta luego, ciao, later. We're out. You probably still saw me